Hey guys, classichomer here. So, we're at the Waterfall Cave now, and as you can see, I've equipped the hero with the Boomerang. Now, when I got back to the Fairbury and went ahead and rested up, I found I was really close to getting enough money for the Boomerang. I was at like 368 gold, and the Boomerang cost 420. So I took a lot of the excess equipment that I had from Yangus that I hadn't sold off, and looked up what would be useful, and then proceeded to sell off everything that won't be useful anymore. So, that Boomerang's a big help. In fact, let's see it in that. Oh. Well, here's the Dancing Devil at least. I was going to say let's see the Boomerang in action, but it's less impressive against one enemy than against multiple enemies. And you can see it's doing a bit more damage. The hero was doing at, what, like 12 or 13 before? Now he's doing 15. That's just for the first enemy. As the Boomerang goes on, it will continue to hit all the enemies in the party and get successively weaker with each attack. But it's worth it because it'll hit multiple enemies, which is amazing, especially this early in the game, when you don't have a full party to really, focus on all the enemies. So with this map we can see where everything is, and you see there's a bigger area off here to the right than on the left, so we want to head over here. There's more treasure. And a guy we can run up and talk to. So let's see what this guy has to say. How can you... There's not that much to do here. You can't really get that lost. I mean, he's right near the entrance, really. Oh, and here we get another Chimera Wing. That's nifty. Means I won't have to waste MP casting Zoom, which I can't even do yet. And a medicinal herb. Never bad find. At least this early. And a leather hat. And that's exactly why I was putting off buying one of those for the hero. I'm just going to hand that over to him and have him equip it. It'll be a little better than that bandana he's been wearing, but I still want to keep that because I think there's something I can do with it later on. So now we head off this way. I think there's still another treasure chest we can find it over here somewhere. I may be wrong on that though. I'll try and look down the cavern a little bit. I don't think there is. Here we go. Now here's a new group of enemies, and since there's 4 of them, we can really see the Boomerang kick ass. We got Mecha Minyas? Whatever. They can speed up their party members with the Accelerato spell. But as you can see, the hero's Boomerang just wrecks everything. Which is why I invested all that money to get it. Well, mostly all that time walking around getting the money. I want to say there's still supposed to be something around here, but I'm not seeing anything. Of course, I didn't do a practice run through this dungeon or anything, which I probably should have. I'll almost certainly have to do that for later dungeons if I want to make sure I don't miss anything. And there is a really good treasure in here I want to find at some point. Yeah, it's another weapon for the hero that we'll find in here, which is something I didn't buy back in town because I knew I'd get it in here. I don't think we've missed it yet. It's kind of been a linear path. And if we ever feel like we've missed something, we can look at the map. Yeah, I think it's off to that top left. And keep looking off to the sides to see if there's more treasure. Here we have some mischievous moles. Now, since the Boomerang gets weaker and weaker as it hits enemies, I'm always having Yangus attack the back one to make sure that we can, maximize the damage. There's no point in having Yangus attack the first guy if he'll probably get killed by the Boomerang anyway. Which, of course, didn't happen in this fight, but that's because these guys are significantly more powerful than the other enemies we've come across. And they use the Psych-Up ability, which works just like ours does. Use it and you increase your power for your next attack, and you can continue doing it to keep making that attack even more powerful when you actually do it. Now this guy's blocking our progress, even though he's nowhere near big enough to cover the entire hall. So, let's see if we can't strike a deal with him and get through. Well, with that huge mallet, I wouldn't blame that guy for running off. I mean, you know, yeah, sure. I have to get through here anyway, so I'm brave enough to stand up to you, little squirt with a huge hammer. And it turns out this guy's really a coward anyway. So there you go. Moral for the day. Dragon Quest bravery is important. Another note about those dancing devils that I don't think I mentioned before is that they have a move called Sultry Dance. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And it'll force your characters to lose a turn dancing. So that can be a problem. See, there's a slime there. You can talk to him. I'll probably talk to him later. Now, at this point, the hero is actually able to kill the fire spirits in 2 attacks with his boomerang. So it might be worth it to do that now, instead of taking a turn to psych up and then another turn to attack. I'm still doing that with Yangus, just to be sure. So we head off this direction, and we should come back out into the first room we entered, but in a completely different area. You can see that I was looking all the way over at this little ledge with the treasure chest before, because we entered in all the way up there. And with that, we get the copper sword, which I'm going to put in the hero's inventory, but I'm not going to equip it right away. You can see it actually does a little less damage, but it could be useful, you know, later, like as we put more points into the sword skill. Although I don't think we get another attack up from that for quite some time. But I may or may not end up using it for the boss fight. Spoilers, there's a boss fight at the end of all this. Yeah, we have new enemies, of course, skippers. They cast Decelerato, I think it said, which will of course make you slower. Thankfully, they don't always succeed in hitting. But they do pack quite a bit of a wallop when they hit. In fact, Yangus is about to the point where he needs to be healed. But on the whole, they're not too bad to deal with. I'm probably going to hold off on healing Yangus for at least, you know, a few more fights. The heal spell does about 30 damage. Or heals about 30 damage. Okay, yeah. I already went there and got the chest. Little slime. Alright, so now we're going to take the path that we didn't take before. I am going the right way, right? Yep. Just making sure I hadn't somehow walked back into the path I was heading towards the entrance. And I think that's all the treasure for the area. Or if there's more, it's, you know, not until way in. Let's see what the sign says. Okay. No littering. Funny, since Calderush was definitely littering when he tossed his crystal ball down here. And this is ominous music at all. That's how you know you're on the final floor. And, well, at least the battles aren't really any harder. I didn't want to do that. Oh well, I don't think the hero would have killed that first one anyway. Now, once I get about halfway down this hall, I'm definitely going to want to heal. Because, well, as you can guess, the boss fight's going to be down at the end of this. So, you know what? I'm going to do that right now. Just so I don't find myself down at the end of the hall with the boss and not at maximum health. Or at least near max. Let's get on moving. I do like, you know, how the water is giving this place a nice blue glow. Really, I don't know, really pretty. This game is really pretty. I just wish, okay, well, there, we can see the crystal ball from here. Just walk up and take it. I wonder why it's floating, though. It's kind of odd. Oh god, what's the merman?
Surprise! Surprise! Meet Giza. I am the master of this waterfall. Oh, how long has she been? How many people have gone and come?
He has a slightly weird way of talking.
10 long years and more. I've waited 10 years, I tell you. All the time hoping for the left one. I mean, the right one to come. But
oh, man.
Enough with the introductions. Now, for the trument of Moose. Does this Bristol call, crystal ball belong to you?
Well, it doesn't, but I'm here to get it, so temporarily it will.
At last! At last we fit mace to mace. You half-wit human!
Who's the halfway here? You're the one who can't even get your words correct.
Now I'll teach you a moron. I mean, a lesson you won't forget.
I really wonder what his dialogue was in, the Japanese release of this game. I'm sure it was something pretty similar. So, here's Geezer. He's kind of a difficult bit of a boss, I suppose. I mean, for the level you're at. He's got a couple nifty attacks that we'll be using against us. You see he's got Cursed Mist, which will occasionally make Yangus lose a turn, but, well, the hero never seems to get hit by it. So, I guess you can count yourselves lucky for that. Oh, wow. That was a hell of a hit. Well, I still have more HP than it dealt. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and equip Yangus with the club. Or not, apparently. Whoops. I meant to have him equip the club. There, you can do that and it doesn't take your turn. And this way Yangus should be doing slightly more damage, but he's going to be a bit slower. So, if I need him in a, quick moment to heal, I'll probably end up making him unequip the club, because he does get the 10-point agility boost when he's unarmed. And luckily, having a shield doesn't screw that up. Oh god. Well, gonna heal self, remove, and use an herb on self. Yeah, that Scythes spell does a whole lot of damage. Pretty dangerous to be, going up against this kind of thing. But that's pretty much what you expect from a game like this. Let's equip this club again. Unfortunately, hammers and clubs and that type of weapon for Yangus really suck as far as skills go. So, I wouldn't suggest putting any points into that. Oh man, Yangus really getting his ass kicked. I was trying to decide if the hero is doing more damage than Yangus. I think he is. So I'll have Yangus heal himself with another herb, rather than have the hero cast heal on him. I suppose you could use the hero's turn to psych up and then attack, but I don't really do that. Oh, it might be more worth it to do that than to not. But as you can see, Geezer wasn't that difficult a boss. And we got a level out for Yangus at least. I don't think the hero did though. I mean, he's getting a lot of strength. That's good. He's, supposed to be the melee bruiser here. And yeah, I'm just going to keep putting points in the Fisticuffs until it stops me. Oh, awesome. Knuckle Sandwich. Pretty sure that's like a 2 MP cost attack that does 50% more damage. Would have been nice to have had before this fight, but oh well.
time, the pain. Oh, my old wound. Ever since I got this, I've not been right quite.
You're telling me.
And it's all because of you.
Me? What did I do?
What? You don't know what I'm talking about? Then you're not the true owner of this crystal ball. No, the same.
Yeah, so sue me, I lied.
So strong. Strong enough to withstand my fearsome might. You are no tortune fella. Wait, could you be the Waterfall rears many humors, you know?
Here's many rumors?
I hear that a castle called Trodain has been cursed. That it was overrun by thorns. And that only one person inside survived. He set
Yeah.
off on a journey, leading a course and heart with a lone driver.
Apparently he knows me. And we get a cool flashback showing, some of the events before we took control of the game. Castle Trodain being overrun by this curse, which transformed the king and the princess into the forms we know them as. Looks like I had way better equipment back then. Or, regular knight here. Or soldier at least.
As I thought, that was you! I don't know what you want with this crystal ball, but it's yours now. I accept the hands. Or is it defeat?
So many corny jokes.
One last thing. Should you meet the true owner of this crystal ball, tell him this from me. Don't throw things in the forewater!
I like how you can actually see the mark where it hit him on the head.
So,
Yeah.
where thee fell. Oh, the pain of my own.
Okay, well, with that all wrapped up, I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave this place on my own. I could cast the evac spell from the hero, but I'd rather walk out and continue to do a little bit of grinding. Money's important. So, next time I'll meet you guys back in Fairbury at Calderasha to give him back his stupid crystal ball, and then he can tell us where Dual Magus is gone. So, it's classichomer signing out. I will see you guys then.